Some parts of the valley saw more rain than they've seen in a long time. Jackie, she's out in the northwest side of town. And Jackie, what is going on up there?
Yeah, Dan, this really does feel like the calm after the storm. Now, we're right off of Buffalo Drive near Farm at Sunny Springs Park. And just about an hour ago, this park was basically completely underwater. Now, that water has quickly subsided. What's left now, just some puddles and, of course, this runoff stream right here, the water pooling up near the end of the park. But take a look at this. Around 4:30 this afternoon when we first arrived, the park, again, basically underwater. But this park, like many others in the valley, are designed to retain water. So this is doing exactly what it's supposed to do and keeping streets like Buffalo fairly dry. Now, earlier today, we got video of some major flooding off of Farm where a storm sewer was overflowing, adding to flooding caused by heavy rainfall. Now, that overflow has since subsided as well, and engineers were on scene to determine the cause. They say it may have been caused by a blockage. Now, you may even notice in our shot right now that our lens is a little bit foggy, and that's because, of course, the humidity in the air today, the weather just crazy all day long, lots of rain, lots of humidity, and that is why you may be seeing a blurry Jackie right now. But we're going to send it over to Sean Delancey, who is at Valley View and Desert Inn. Sean.
Yeah, Jackie, definitely looking a lot better right now, taking a look over the western mountains. But earlier today, you saw flooding, hail, and high winds across the valley. But really, you didn't have to be under the major storm cells to feel the impact. For example, pebble-sized hail pelted cars in Henderson near Stephanie Street and Sunset Road, miles from storms raging in the West Valley. Traveling north, water ponded on major highways and closed several side streets. Two men tried to chance a drive through high water on Alexander Street at the Rancho intersection, got stuck, and then had to push their car out of the water by hand. If you see a closed road, do not chance it. Just turn around and take a different route. Now, off the roadways, culverts turned into rivers. Water levels at the Rancho Centennial Basin rising quickly through the afternoon. Water flowing fast enough to wash what appeared to be debris from homeless camps into the basin. Now, water has been threatening for a lot of people in this area, but some had to worry about fire thanks to lightning. 13 Action News investigative reporter Joe Bartels is live over at Decatur and Oakey with one family who's happy right now to get some unexpected help after one of those lightning strikes. Joe?
Yeah, Sean, they are happy and thankful for two guys. Just take a look at what happened here. They say this was so close, but again, they are so thankful for the two guys that came seemingly out of nowhere with fire extinguishers to battle the flames. The family here says that the lightning struck right around 2 o'clock this afternoon, and they looked outside and their front yard was on fire and the flames were spreading fast. A neighbor happened to snap a picture of the flames just before the fire department was able to get them under control, but it was those two guys that came seemingly out of nowhere and bought this family, precious seconds to escape.
I want to actually thank the two gentlemen who actually came out, who saw us from Arville as they were passing by and came into the neighborhood. From what we heard from neighbors is they came in, they actually came up to the neighbor's house with fire extinguishers and started extinguishing out here the best they could in the heat, helping out as well, which gave us a break as well to focus on the house.
Yeah, and so the damage out here, you can see this is the family's car, one of them at least. There's some damage to it as the embers and whatnot were coming from the trees. And there's also some heat damage to it. Also, the home might have some slight smoke and fire damage, but again, all in all, things could have been so much worse. Family is okay, no other injuries reported here. Let's go to Carla Wade. She's about 30 minutes north of where we are right now in North Las Vegas, where Craig Ranch Park got hit earlier today. Carla.
Yeah, Joe, Craig Ranch Park is actually closed this evening, and a lot of people are pulling into the parking lot here and then seeing we're here and also the gates closed and then turning around and leaving, probably hoping to take advantage of those much cooler temperatures today because there's a nice walking trail out here. As you can take a look over here, that's where the gates are, and you can see that they've got everything gated up this evening. We were told by one of the groundskeepers just a few moments ago that earlier in the day when the rain was really coming down that there were some parts of the park that were flooded, and that was making it difficult for people to be here in the park. So they made the decision to go ahead and close it down. But now, hours later, you can tell the sidewalks behind me are mostly dry, and there are still a few puddles in the park and in certain places, but mostly things are starting to dry out again. So eventually the park will reopen probably tomorrow, as long as we don't get the kind of rain that we saw here today. Back to you, Todd and Tricia.
Carla, thank you. Also, take a look at some drone video we have. This was video taken by a drone from our chief photographer, Jason Harvey. It shows wash there nearly full right near a wetlands park. This is near Desert Inn in Hollywood. That area, of course, seeing a lot of rain today.
And our coverage doesn't end here. We will stay on top of the stormy weather here in the valley and online and on our free KTMV mobile apps.